Hi guys, what's going on? Ashley Dash here, your favorite career branding expert. How's everyone doing? Good, I hope. As usual, I'm going to wait a couple seconds for you guys to hop on. If you're watching the replay, of course, let me know that you're watching the replay. Just say, hey, Ashley, I'm here for the replay. And if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments and I will respond as soon as possible. So I'm super excited to talk to you guys tonight. We're talking about the 3 white lies that sabotage you at work. And I'm pretty sure everyone has said at least one of these lies, if not all of them, before. Hey, Angie, thanks for joining. So just telling you guys, this is Ashley Dash. For those of you who are just now joining, this is Ashley Dash, your career branding expert. And we are going to focus on the lies, right? The 3 little bitty lies that you tell at work to actually sabotage your career and sabotage your success. Okay, guys? So let's go ahead and jump in and get started, all right? So I'm just going to jump right in, right? So mindset is really a big thing at corporate America, and what we tell ourselves, to be honest, really creates our reality at work, right, in your business. And there's 3 things I have told myself or that I know my clients have said to me before or that you tell yourself that we just need to kind of address and talk about right now, okay? So, and if any of these speak to you, just say yes, or just put like the number 1 for the lie number 1, lie number 2, or lie number 3. Let me know which lie applies to you, and if all of them applies, then let me know that all of them apply, okay? So the first lie that we tell ourselves, right, is it's really not that bad, right? So if you're working on a project, if you're in a meeting, if you're at work, you ever utter the words, you know what, it's fine, it's really not that bad. That is horrible, okay? Like, what are you comparing it to, all right? And you don't want to work or be in an environment where it's not that bad. You want it to be in an environment that's wonderful, that's great, that's exciting, that brings you joy, that makes you happy. You know what I mean? And if the best thing you can say about your job is that it's not that bad, then I would challenge you and say it's time to look at other options. It's time to look at a different position, a different role, perhaps a different company, a different organization, because you work too hard and too long and spend too much time at work to be unhappy, right? You do too much. You're too brilliant. You're too wonderful. You're too amazing to go to work and say, you know what? It's not that bad. Okay. Now, all of us have those, moments from day to day, right? Sometimes, you're in the meetings that kind of last forever. And you say, you know what? It's not that bad. I could be, in a meeting that's 6 hours. Those things that kind of come up every once in a while, not a problem. But if you're constantly in your mind saying it's not that bad, that is going to sabotage you at work because your energy is going to be in it's not that bad, right? That's how you're going to work. You're not going to be excited. You're not going to do your best, okay? So stop lying to yourself and saying it's not that bad. Be honest and say, you know what? It is that bad. It's really, really bad. But what am I going to do about it, right? Andy says you ain't ever lied about that lie. Yes, it's not that bad, right? So you have to get present to the fact that it is that bad, right? And you want something different. You want something more, right? And, saying it's not that bad is just a pacifier. It's just a delay tactic so that you don't have to recognize the situation that you're in. You don't have to confront that you don't like what you're doing, that you don't like where you're at, and that you actually want more, right? So you say it's not that bad. Let's be honest, it is that bad, and your responsibility is to figure out, okay, it is that bad. What do I do next? How do I get out of the situation? What do I do, right? And if you're looking for someone to help you with that, I've been in the exact same place, so I can help you with that, okay? All right, number 2, all right? The second lie that we tell ourselves that sabotage our success at work is, but I can't leave, right? And I want to say, I'm not going to say 100%, right? But 99% of people have said, but I can't leave. And they normally follow it with something else. They say, but I can't leave because I'm the only one that, but I can't leave because my boss is, but I can't leave because, right? There's always, like, in my honest opinion, an excuse of why you can't leave. Why can't you leave? Nobody's holding you hostage there. No one's forcing you to be there. You're not in prison. You can leave whenever you want to, but in your mind, you are stuck there. In your mind, you kept saying, but I can't leave. there's a mental place that a lot of people have in their business and in their corporate job, or in their, I'll say at work, where you to yourself in your mind, you can't leave. You can't even fathom what it could feel like to experience something different, something better or worse. Either way, you're just like, you know what? The devil I know is better than the devil that I don't, right? That's what I've heard from my clients, but I can't leave. And my question is always why? I let them like give all the excuses that they have, right? Angie says lie number two. Yes, that's also true. I normally talk to my clients. I let them kind of give all their excuses. And I said, okay, you have not given me a reason why you can't leave, right? I mean, there's no reason why you cannot leave, right? Leaving is a choice. No one's forcing you to be there. And even if you have a signed contract or a non-compete clause, you can still do other stuff, right? And that is a lie that we tell ourselves, but I can't leave. That gets people in a place that they get complacent, right? Because people say, but I can't leave until they get fired. And they don't have a choice. You're forced to leave, right? And then you have the question, so what do I do now? So what, then they have, we have these emotions and we have questions about, moving forward. But then that's because you're telling yourself, but I can't leave. Why can't you leave? Is it because you don't have a certain skill? Go get the skill, right? You have transferable skills. You need to go back to school. Well, go back to school, right? But a lot of times we don't even have to do that. You just in your mind have said, you know what? I am here. I belong here, and I cannot leave, right? And that is a lie. That's the second lie that we tell ourselves that sabotage our success at work, that sabotage our job and sabotage our careers, right? And a lot of times these lies that we're talking about, they have nothing to do with anybody else. It's lies we tell to ourselves, things that we're saying to ourselves in our heads, right? Lie number 3 is my favorite one because I use it. I can't say use it. I'll say past tense. I used to use it all the time, right? And the biggest lie for me that kept me in jobs way past the time I should have been there was, but I need the money, right? But I really need the money. I just bought a new house. I just bought a new car. My mom's having surgery. I just had a baby. I had a health challenge, but I need the health insurance. But I need the money, right? And that one, to be honest, is not really, that one's not fun. It's not all fun and games because you really feel like you need the money. Like you have to sacrifice yourself for the money. I'm the only person in my household working. I am the champion of the household. I am head of households. I can't not work. We need the money. And a lot of times it's not just it's a we. It's a family thing, right? Years ago in the Great Recession, I was one of the only people working in my family. And I didn't have to. I felt like I had to, pull and help out a couple of households because the Great Recession was so bad and people were losing jobs all the time. And in my thinking, I felt like I could not leave. We need the money. 3 or 4 people lost the jobs. I'm the only one pulling to put food on the table. We need the money, right? And that one is a tough one. And no one really believes me when I say you don't need the money. And it sounds so counterintuitive. You're like, Ashley, I have bills. Ashley, I have credit cards. Ashley, I have car payments. Ashley, I have all these things, right? And you do. You really, really do. But unless you're on the verge of being homeless, which most of us, to be honest, are not, right? You don't need the money, right? You would figure it out. If you lost your job today, right? And you didn't have any money, you would figure out a way to find the money, especially for your family, okay? But in our minds, we say in these jobs, in these toxic work environments, in these positions that, we don't like, that we don't love, that, eat away at our spirit. that kind of, shankle our soul because we feel like we need the money, right? And I feel like that's a lie. It's just a lie. It's not true, right? But we condition ourselves so that we think it's true, so that like we think that this one position, this one job is the only option, it's the only saving grace, it's the only thing we have. And you're built for more than that. You're built for amazingness. You're built for wonderful things. And staying in a job that you hate, staying in a job that's beneath you, staying in a job that they're paying you not enough anyways, because if you're a Black woman in corporate America, you're only worth 50 cents according to other people anyways, but you need the money, right? These are not acceptable reasons to stay in jobs that do not soothe your soul, that don't make you excited, that don't make you happy to be at work, right? Hey, Sharon, thanks for joining. Andy says, wow, that hit so hard. Yeah, it does. That lie, to be honest, why I saved it for last. I need the money. I'm going to work because I need the money, right? And it resonates with so many people because I feel like 99.9% of people have felt that way when they go to a job that they don't like, that they don't enjoy, right? And I'm not talking about the jobs that sometimes you have a bad day, right? Business, career, entrepreneur, bad days come, that's fine. But you're not supposed to be there, right? You're underpaid. You're undervalued. There's so many other things that you could be doing in your career purpose in life. But you're staying at this job. And if you're a Black woman making 50 cents on the dollar, if you're a white woman, you're making 79, 78 cents on the dollar, you're staying because you need the job. Is that really acceptable? Is that really what you want to do? And if that's what you want to do, that's fine. But let's have an honest conversation. Let's call it a spade, right? Let's say if you feel like you need the job, you don't need the job. You're just comfortable staying there because you're afraid to move forward, right? And I say that because I speak from experience. I stayed in jobs too long, right? And I experienced some things that I didn't have to experience because I was afraid, because of the fear, right? And I just want to let you know that you don't have to do that. You do not have to be that person, right? So I just want to recap for people who just joined. Again, this is Ashley Dash, your career branding expert, and we're talking about the lies that we tell ourselves that sabotage us at work. We think of them as white lies, but they're not. They're really deeper than that, okay? So just to review, the first lie is it's really not that bad, right? So if you go to work every day and you say, no, it's really not that bad, that's just a delay tactic, okay? You're just trying to not deal with and confront the fact that you don't like what you're doing. You don't like who you work with. You don't like your life in terms of work right now, but you try to soothe yourself and say it's not that bad, okay? I'm here to tell you it is that bad, and you need to figure out a way to move on, okay, and get out. And that's what I help people do, okay? As career branding expert, my job is to help get you where you want to go. If you want to move to a different organization, let's do it. If you want to move to a different position, higher, let's do it. Laterally, let's do it. I have clients who have quit their jobs and became full-time entrepreneurs, okay? I've had people that take a step back, in order to spring forward. We've done it all. But in order to do these things, in order to have multiple job offers or to move forward or to make the money that you deserve, you have to be really honest and tell yourself that you can't say it's not that bad because it is, okay? The second lie that we tell ourselves is, I can't leave, okay? Yes, you can, all right? Everyone, in my opinion, outside of Jesus, right, is replaceable, okay? It's like the Beyonce song, to the left, to the left. If they fire you, if they lay you off, they move you to a different department, you are going to be replaced. You can be replaced, and you are replaceable, okay? Especially if you have, if you're older, right? I know a lot of people who face age discrimination, they will find someone who can do it, faster, cheaper, better. That's a real thing, right? So you can leave, right? You can't, the lie we tell ourselves is, I can't leave my job. Yes, you can leave your job. You may not want to, you may not want to face the struggle, but you have to make the decision. I can make that decision for you. Is it acceptable to struggle maybe, a month or two so you can get to the next step? For some people, the answer is yes. For other people, the answer is no. I'm not saying either one is a bad answer. My goal in having this conversation with you is that we are really honest with ourselves in terms of our talk that we're telling ourselves while we're at work and while we're working, okay? The third thing the third lie, what I think that most people have experienced is, but I need the money, right? And that's a hard one. I have to be honest. That's a really hard conversation, because I have heard and I have experienced some really heartbreaking things. And like I've said before, during the Great Recession, people remember, people were getting laid, thousands and thousands of people were getting laid off. Companies were like, you know what, can't afford it, everybody got to go. People walk in with a job and leave with a pink slip. You know what I'm saying? So I remember what it was like, and I was one of the few people in my family that had one of the better jobs that was consistent, right? So I felt like I needed to help people out. So yes, I felt like I couldn't leave my job because I needed the money, right? But you don't need it at the expense of your happiness, at the expense of your soul, right? I have some people like, you know what? I'm just going to take this job for a little while just to get me through, and then I'll leave, right? And I have people who have said that, and very few actually leave. Some people say, hey, I'm just going to do this position. I'm going to take this call center job just to pay some bills. And then after that, I'm going to leave and do something else. And then, 10 years later, they're still in the call center. And not only are they still in the call center, they're still in the same position. And I just want to have conversations about this and saying that this does not have to be your life. These don't have to be your choices, and these don't have to be your options. And the only reason I know is because I speak from experience. Every single one of these lies I have told myself at some point during my career, at sometimes all three at the same time. I can't leave my job. It's not that bad, and I need the money, right? And when you put them all together, like, that's just a recipe for disaster when it comes to your career. I am here to empower you and to increase your confidence so that you do not sabotage yourself at work. You have choices. You have options. But normally you're just not aware of them, or you haven't been taught the proper way to take advantage of these choices, or to find these choices, or to do these really cool things. Okay. I'm from I'm from South Carolina, small town in South Carolina, and I didn't go to one of the big schools in South Carolina. I didn't go to Clemson, and I didn't go to USC Columbia, the Gamecocks everybody knows. I went to Winthrop University, go Eagles, right? And it's a very small school. It was a wonderful school, but it wasn't built for you to travel the world, right? It was built for you to get a really cool job in your local market in Charlotte or, surrounding areas. Okay. But because of my commitment to not sabotage myself, to believe that I don't need the money, or I'm worth more, I can't leave. I can leave, and I'm going to leave. Or the fact that it really is that bad and I don't want to stay here, that helped me catapult me to these amazing organizations at Mercedes-Benz. They helped me relocate from New Jersey, move to the middle of Silicon Valley, live outside LA. These are the amazing things that I have gotten to do because I have decided not to tell these lies to myself and be really honest with myself. And I have helped my clients do the same thing, right? One of my favorite clients was working in Spartanburg, South Carolina area. And we've been working together for a moment, and we had to work on some things. And he got a job offer. That's what I do, job offers, to relocate to Virginia. And we still talk, we stay in touch. And he said, Ashley, I never would have imagined that I could have done this. Like, I didn't know I had a choice, right? Which is a really big thing for me, is I want you to know you have a choice. But not only does he have a choice, his exact words to me are, you know what? I make more money and do less work. That is what I'm all about. Let's do less work and let's make more money. Okay. So if any of this information is resonating with you, let me know in the comments. Say number one, that applies to me. I said before, is not really that bad. If you're number two, I can't leave. Say number two for you. If you're number three, but I need the money, put down number three. If all of the above apply, just put all of the above, because all the above have definitely applied for me. If you feel like you're one of these people, you need some help, you need some guidance, you need some direction, you need some training, you need a little bit of hand holding, I'm here to hold your hand. I'm here to have these honest conversations to help you increase your confidence and find a job and create a career that you're really excited about, that you love, that you're excited to wake up in the morning to, because I've had those wonderful Erica, so all the above. Yes, Erica, all of the above, right? Andy says 1, 2, and 3. Yes, 1, 2, and 3, right? I am here to help you guys. I'm here to support you, and I'm coming to you. I get questioned all the time. Hey, Ashley, I want to see you in person. And you know what? I said, okay, I'm gonna come see you guys in person. So I am going on tour. I am going on the Career Branding Blueprint Tour. Erica, help me You know what, Erica? Let's have a conversation. If you're still up, it's pretty late. We can still chat tonight. If not, we can chat tomorrow. I'll inbox you offline. But I am going on a career branding blueprint tour. Okay, I'm hitting 5 cities at 5 different dates to help you guys to have these conversations, and not just to have these conversations, but to have some training, to have some strategies, to have some tools to really help you guys move forward in the careers that you want, so that you're successful at work the way you want to be successful at work. Okay, and you can't do that without some help. Okay, I talked about that in yesterday's mentoring video. You need to find someone who can help you, right? But before someone can help you, you have to realize that these 3 lies are lies. You have to change your mindset, and you have to be ready to move forward. Okay, in terms of the career branding blueprint, if you're interested, I would encourage you right now to go to www.careercorneroffice.com/tour. Okay, and go ahead and get your ticket right now. Seats are super limited, and once they're gone, we're gone. Not adding any more tour stops. We're not, adding any more tickets. We have space constraints, and that's where we are. Okay, so if you can put the link in there, I'll put it in after the post. After the live stream, it's www.careercorneroffice.com/tour. And we're going to be having conversations like this during the tour stop when I come to a city near you. And not only are we going to have conversations like this, we're going to have answers. We're going to have solutions. We're going to have strategies. We're going to be able to have really direct questions answered for you, right? Not answered for the group. Like sometimes it's hard. You kind of get a generic answer because you're in the group. We can get your career question answered. You need mentorship. You want to know what that looks like. We can have authentic, committed conversations about what that looks like, what you need, how to move forward, what are your goals. That is what the tour stop is designed for. That's what the tour is designed. It's designed for me to come to you, right? In person, in the flesh, and let's chat about it. Let's chat about what it's like to be a Black woman in corporate environment. The things that we're not allowed to talk about at work. I am creating safe spaces so that we can have these conversations. So we can be free, we can be relaxed. No one's looking over our shoulder. You don't have to double check what we say. We don't have to double check our screen. We don't have the screen protector so nobody can see your content. Nobody's checking to see if you have a phone. We're not worrying about any of that. These are safe spaces where we have honest conversations to figure out how we can move you forward in your career, right? And I know it's possible because not only have I done it for myself, I've done it for so many of my clients, right? They go in and get the job they love, right? They go in and get the money that they deserve, because I do not believe as a Black woman, 50% for the dollar is appropriate and or okay, right? And I have some strategies for that too, because I have to tell you what, that's one thing I'm about, and that's about getting my money, okay? When it comes to the value that, you bring to work. You guys are too talented, have too many degrees, have too many years of experience, right? To settle for what I call second class citizenry, at work. And that's what I'm here to stop. That's what I'm here to eradicate. For as long as I'm here, that's what we're going to talk about. Because I don't feel like it's acceptable, and I don't feel like it's okay, and I'm dropping the gauntlet, and we're going hard in the paint, okay? And if you want to go hard in the paint with me, I invite you to come with me and check me out at the tour stop, and let's have these conversations in these safe spaces where we know nothing outside these walls is going to leave. We're going to talk about strategies and tools to help you move forward. And if you're interested in reserving your ticket, the link is www.careercorneroffice.com/tour. Hey, Angie, thanks for putting that in there. But those are the lies that we tell ourselves at work. You guys have any questions, comments, concerns? Like, let me know. This is a two-way. I know I talk a lot, but this is a two-way street. This is a dialogue. And I really am here to support you and encourage you and want you to be the best you can be at work and want you to be very successful at work. But in order to be successful, we have to have honest conversations. We have to strip away the facade. We have to strip away the mask that we are sometimes forced to wear, and we have to be really honest, right? There's things that I haven't been able to talk about, in an open forum that we're going to talk about in terms of there's so many things about having natural hair in corporate America, right? Being plus size in corporate America, wearing certain clothes in corporate America that other people wear, but when I wear it's not appropriate. Like there's a lot of things, a lot of microaggressions that we experience, that we don't have a safe space to talk about, to be free, to let go, and to move forward. And this is what I am creating when I create these tour stops. We're going to have safe spaces. We're going to have a lot of fun, right? We're going to have a lot of high energy, but we're also going to be real, honest, and authentic. And we are going to get the tools and strategies to move forward so that you can be successful in your business and career. Okay, guys, does that make sense? And I see that a lot of guys are saying, all of the above, right? You have said these lies to yourself. I need the money, or, it's not that bad, or I can't leave, right? I can't leave for whatever. I can't leave because, and then you fill in the blank, right? It's one of my favorites. I can't leave, fill in the blank one, because I've heard so many different things. I can't leave because, and then there's like 1,000 things, because they're paying for school. So find another way to pay for school. Like, there are other options. There's scholarships, there's grants, there's foundations, there's fellowships. Like, there's really a lot of options. But until we're really honest about where we are in our career, we can't really move forward to be successful. Okay? Crystal, oh, you just jumped in. Okay, hey, Crystal. So the 3, I'll repeat it one more time. For those of you who are just joining, this is Ashley Dash, your career branding expert, and we're talking about the 3 white lies that sabotage you at work. Okay? So to recap, hey, Chris, and Crystal, definitely go back and see the other ones, but I'm going to repeat them right now for you. Number 1, the first lie that we tell ourselves is it's really not that bad, right? So that's just a setup for failure, right? That's just a setup, right? When you have to say it's not that bad, and there's different ways you can say it's not that bad, right? We say different ways to ourselves. Whatever version you say, it's a lie, okay? If you have to say it's not that bad about your job consistently all the time, it is that bad, okay? Just come to the reality. It stings, it hurts, to rip the Band-Aid off and say, you know what, it is that bad. Now, what am I going to do about it? Is this acceptable for me to live this way? That's the first one, okay? It is that bad. The second lie we tell ourselves is, but I can't leave, right? And normally when people say, but I can't leave, there's a because. But I can't leave because, and then you have to fill in the blank. Because I need health insurance, because I just got this job, because I just, bought a house, because whatever, right? Because. Figure it out, right? Normally the second lie people tell is I can't leave, and they tell me because, and then they have like a story. And to be honest, I call them excuses. It sounds really harsh, but you need that, to be honest, right? Because it's very because there's so many situations and things that happen to us, and every story is sad or unique in its own way. But you need to be honest and say, you can leave, because at any given time, if you work in, I want to say any of 50 states, but there's a couple that are, not at will. You work at will organizations, right? They can fire you at any time. People say, you know what, actually, they can't fire me. I have a contract. Well, this is not, like Europe. They have a whole European Union that supports that, okay? Unless you're in a union, it's very easy to get fired, right? And if you get fired and you have to fight to get your job back, you're still not making any money. Like, that's a whole separate conversation, right? So you can leave, right? But the question is, are you ready to? Are you prepared to? Are you ready to do the things that you need to do so that you can leave, right? That's the real question that you should be asking, okay? And the third question is, but I need the money, all right? And I have to be honest, I don't feel like this is an excuse one, because this is real for everybody. Most people work because they have to, right? Not necessarily because they want to. So when you're working and you say, but I need the money, it's so real for so many people. I know for me, it was real, right? I need the money because, somebody in my family has cancer. I've heard these before. I need the money because I just had a baby. I need the money because I just got married. I need the money because, X, Y, Z. Like, you can always find the, Angie, thank you so much for recapping for me. You can always find a reason why you need the money, right? And we have houses, we have cars, so yes, we don't want to get repossessed, and all these bad things that happen. But you have to be honest. If you didn't have the money, if you didn't go to work, if you didn't get your paycheck and you needed something, right, today, you would figure out a way to do it, right? The same thing is true for I need the money, right? You feel like you need the money. And if you do you need it at the expense of your soul, right? Do you need it at the expense of your purpose? Do you need it at the expense of your dreams, right? Do you need the money that bad? Is it that important, right? And if it is, then you need some help. And I don't mean help in terms of mental. I mean, you need some help getting there. If you need the money that bad, then you're going to have somebody help you, Okay. And that's what I'm just sharing you guys, that I am here to help. I am coming. That's why I created the Career Branding Blueprint Tour. Okay. And you can go to www.careercorneroffice.com/tour to learn more information. That is the goal. You guys have been having what I call silent conversations with me, or one-off conversations with me. I've been getting emails. I've been getting Facebook messages. I've been getting Zoom conferences. I've been getting text messages. I've been getting telephone calls. I've been getting teleconferences. I've been getting LinkedIn messages. Any way you guys can communicate with me, you guys have been communicating with me, okay? And you guys are saying the same thing. And your guys are saying the same things that I used to say to myself, right? Before I said I got free, right? And that's what the goal of the tour is. The goal of the tour is to come to where you are geographically. Like, I'm coming to 5 cities, have 5 dates between now and November to come to where you are, and let's have these honest conversations. Let's figure out what the problem is, and let's figure out how to move you forward. Let's figure out which tool you need, what strategy you need. I've lived all across the United States for corporations. I relocated 3 times with companies and organizations. I've gotten positions that, to be honest, I shouldn't have gotten, because I know what I'm doing, right? But I had to learn this information, okay? And that's what I'm here to teach. I'm here to teach you everything that I learned, okay? They didn't teach us this in school, okay? No matter how much I love my school, I love my alma mater, they talked about networking. They did talk about networking, and one of my professors did look at my resume, right? But it's a totally different world, right? And what they were doing then is not what I learned, and how to move forward and make the money that I know that I deserve in terms of value that I bring in terms of education experience, not as a person. Because a person, you are priceless, okay? That's separate conversation. We're not going to go into that, okay? Does that make sense, guys? You guys, I could be gone a lot longer than I anticipated, but I get really excited, and I really want you guys to understand and feel the passion, and understand that these are lies, and that we are telling ourselves repeatedly, and it's not okay. And once you realize it's not okay, then you can move forward, right? Then you can be successful. Then we talk about how to move you forward. But if you're still saying it's not that bad, there's nothing I can do for you. Because if you're saying at work it's not that bad, you're not ready to talk to me. I'm just going to be honest, right? You're not ready to talk to me. You're not ready to move forward, right? And I can't help you move until we're honest, right? Until we're honest about the things that we do at work, all right? Are there any questions? Because I know it's getting late, especially on the East Coast, where I am, most of you guys are. Are there any questions? Andy says, yes, it makes sense. Sharon says, or Shay, I call her Shay, right? Shay says it makes sense. Yeah, we just need to be really honest and talk about these things. And I'm not sure why, but I've dropped the gauntlet. I decided I'm the person. We're going to have these conversations. And if you're ready to have the conversation to move forward in your career, to be successful in terms of your career, meet me on tour, www.careercorneroffice.com/tour, and let's get it done. My first tour stop is October 7th, kicking off in Atlanta. So if you're in Atlanta or know someone who is, tag them in this group, share this video with them, let them know that I'm coming to them October 7th, and we're going to have conversations so they can be successful at work. Okay? Any other questions? I'm going to scroll back through the comments just to make sure I've got everyone. I think I did. Crystal, if you're still on here, go ahead and Angie did a recap to read, but if you go back to the beginning, I would definitely check out the replay. If you are watching the replay, hi, how are you doing? This is Ashley Dash, your career branding expert. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments, and I will answer them as soon as possible. All right, guys, I don't see anything else that's going on. It's been real. You guys know I love you. I'll talk to you tomorrow at 9:30 p.m. Eastern time, and it's been a pleasure. So this is Ashley Dash, your career branding expert. Yeah, Angie, yes, Atlanta. It's going to be awesome. And I got this really fancy, nice hotel, guys. Not only we're going to have really good training, we're going to have it in a very nice location, right? Sharon says, I'll meet you on tour. Yes, Sharon, meet you on tour. Super excited about that. All right, guys, you have a great night. Happy Wednesday morning. In the morning, get some rest, get some sleep, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow night. This is Ashley Dash, your career branding expert, and have a great night. All right, guys, bye.